our next guest. Please welcome Gregory Gerard Stevenson.
Well, hello.
Hello, Gregory.
Hey there.
Wow. This is a great change of pace from all the Zooms I have to do with my students. This is fantastic.
Are you a teacher yourself, Gregory?
Why, I am. I most certainly am, as you might be able to see. I've got my identification badge.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smartly covered.
What do you teach there?
I teach drama. I'm a drama teacher at Pratt High School. Go Bucks.
That's incredible. So you must have seen the drama that we just experienced with our last student, huh?
I sure did. It was hard to watch. Certainly reminded me of one of my most troubled young ones that I've encountered in my 17 years in the drama teaching game.
Oh no! Who was this student you speak of?
Oh well. It was a young man, quite troubled. His parents wanted him to play the football, and I needed men. I needed strong, tough men. We were doing a production of Carousel, so I needed some big, burly circus types. And so I asked this young man. I said, "Hey. Now, you could certainly go off and play the footballs with your big, tough friends, but if you could just bring them all to me for just 4 hours a day, Saturday, Sunday, I'd be most appreciated, and I'd see what I could do about getting you from a C up to a B in English class, so...
Fair offer. He puts a little work in, and he gets a bump in his grade.
Absolutely. So, he obliged and, brought a couple of his, I believe they were it was a wide receiver and a linebackman.
I believe that is the correct terminology.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so brought them into the fold. I cast them as some of the, that show's full of, sailor types and clam digging folks. And they did a fantastic job. But he was just, his heart wasn't in it. I pulled him aside once and I said, "Young Jerome, I want you to look me in the eye and tell me, are you really a footballer? Or are you a thespian? Is there the heart of a creator in there?" And he,
Please, if you need to take a break to compose yourself, please.
I got it. Oh, he looked me right in the eye. And he said, "I hate you. I hate your guts."
Oh.
Tell me this is embellished. Tell me, please, Gregory. No?
If I could, would that I could. But I can't. I cannot give you that satisfaction, Michael. And then he spat right on the ground and walked off. So I found myself thinking of that young man, wondering what he's doing when Joey there was giving you the business. I'm so sorry about that. I know it must be hard.
It is, but I don't portend that our experience with Joey is anything compared to the story you've just told us now. What you've described is chilling, and I'm very surprised that I didn't read about this in a paper or a blog.
I tried to keep it close. I figure it's been 12 years at this point since all that happened, and I figure he's probably either in heaven or
he's probably dead.
Yeah.
That was my first guess when you told me the story about how he said he hated you and then spit and walked away.
It's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's awful vulnerable of you, Gregory. We
Thank
appreciate your candor and your bravery, and you being so willing to share something you've held close for so long.
Now that we got you warmed up and feeling in a good mood, what item would you like our help with?
Yes. Well, not all of my students are, troubled. Some of them go on to really fantastic things. Some of them go on to be professionals in their own right. And so this is a very special item in here. I'm going to need to put on some gloves here to handle it properly. These are from a production of Wizard of Oz. You familiar?
I've not seen a stage presentation of Wizard of Oz. I have seen the film.
Far superior on stage, I'll tell you.
I would believe that. I could believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it affects you more. The live performance of it, it really is just an otherworldly experience, Michael.
Thank you for saying that. So many people, just prefer to Netflix or to, go to a movie house and, nothing like sitting in a crowd of. I mean, who knows when we'll be back to that world? But this is nothing like sharing space with, a group of strangers all chuckling at the same thing.
Yeah. I cannot wait to get back to those times.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, let me just show you. As I said, a lot of my students go on to really fantastic things. There's one particular student who, I didn't know I would be this affected.
Please, if you do need to take a moment, please.
No. I got it. It's just, I'm teaching. I'm still teaching. Okay, I'm still teaching these kids over Zoom, and I miss them so much. It's just I want to just hold them and squeeze them and encourage them and say, you got it. And give them a little fist bump or a
lifelong connections. We make lifelong connections with our students.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's one in particular. You may have heard of him, fella, by the name of Jack Bean. And he was in a production that I directed of Glass Menagerie, the Williams,
Yeah.
And in that play, he had a very particular prop here. And I'm going to just show it to you now, okay? You may be able to see what I've got here in my hand.
Oh,
It is a butter knife.
Uh-huh.
This was handled by Jack Bean, who you may know as one of the finest actors on Chicago PD. He episode 616 was a drug dealer. Had one memorable line. You know the one.
I don't want to offend you by saying I don't recognize any of these people or names. So that's what my silence was. It was out of politeness. I don't know about you, Tom, if you're quiet out of politeness. Or...
you know of Jack Bean, yeah?
I'm not much of a crime procedural fan. I've never seen Jack Bean. I don't know his acting. I'm sure it's wonderful, but I'm just not a procedural fan. I've never liked the format. It seems a little contrived.
Not a problem. I'll illuminate you. So episode 616, the gang is infiltrating a crack house. All right, and they're kicking in the door. They're saying, freeze, all that. And my Jack, who I remember, I remember when he was a young man about this tall. The way he handled this knife on stage, I tell you, you could see the growth, the trajectory. They broke in there and he said, freeze, and he drops the crack pipe, and it just shatters on the ground. He says, I didn't do nothing. He's so
Now,
good.
Just so we get a little bit more context for this item, was he preparing a sandwich on stage?
Yes. Oh, yes. It was the scene in the play where they're all at dinner, and he was just he just spread it. Just took it and spread it over the toast. So this is a piece of history. I'm telling you, Jack Bean is going places, and you will know that name if you don't already. I know you two do not.
Wait a minute. Does Jack? Something about the way you just did his voice just now that really brings me that took me to a place. Has he done any commercial acting?
He has. Yes, he's done a few commercials. One he was in a gum ad.
The Wrigley's.
Using the Wrigley's.
The juicy fruit. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my Jack.
He took the wrapper after he put the juicy fruit in his mouth, and he just got so wrapped up in the flavor, and then he let the wrapper drop on the ground, and he looks right at the camera and says, "I didn't do nothing."
Oh, that's him. That's him.
Hold on, Tom.
I knew it sounded. Oh,
just a second ago when you said when you quoted that Wrigley's commercial in that voice, it jogged my memory. So I'm asking, Tom, is Jack Bean that fellow that was taking a child's aluminum baseball bat and smacking him against the trash cans outside the learning annex?
The very same.
yeah.
The very same.
Okay, then
Yes.
this Jack Bean fellow is very famous around the offices
Yes,
here.
Absolutely.
I remember Michael sent me the security camera footage from that night.
So I feel like we should have let off with that because now I can see the value in this butter knife here.
Yes. You
So-
see?
Wow.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Gregory, I don't even need to. I feel like putting this on eBay would be doing a disservice to you. I'll buy that straight off of you right now.
Oh, would you really?
I mean, you're gonna have to put it. I'm not exactly sure where to send it to. I don't know where I'm gonna be in a week or so's time. I'm sort of in. I don't know if you've been keeping up. I'm in sort of a weird holding pattern at the moment. My life's in a bit of an upheaval. But
I heard as much.
yeah, I'll buy that from you. Send it to the Learning Annex. I'll wire you the funds. How
Wow.
much do you want for it? Name your price.
I was thinking 1,500.
Sold. Done.
hey,
My
Immediate.
Wow. Has this ever happened before where you get an outright sale?
I've never. I'll tell you what, Michael, miracles happen.
Wow, this is great. I'll be able to go on a nice trip this summer, maybe.
depends on what you consider nice and how many days and which hotel you stay at, I think.
This is true. I would say trip down to Arizona, see my mom, stay at her place, save a little scratch there, and a couple days.
Okay, then
Maybe even get yourself
$1,500.
take yourself up to drive to the Grand Canyon, stay in a nice Flagstaff, a bed and breakfast or something. Treat yourself. I wish I could. Man, I wish I could see your face as soon as you come back from that trip, Gregory.
Before you send that to Tom, I'd like you to send it to my address here at the Learning Annex. I was conducting my own private investigation into the feller that was smashing our trash cans with the child's baseball aluminum bat. And all I was missing was some fingerprint data.
Great.
So I would
Should
love to
still be
extract
on
it.
here.
Perfect.
Still be on here.
Fantastic.
Thank you for using the gloves.
Everybody wins.
Absolutely. Yes.
God, this
Well,
isn't this
Gregory-
such a...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say, Gregory, we gotta say goodbye because we got more guests. But Michael, it seems like you're about to put a button on this section anyway.
Let's
Go-
compare our separate endings to this segment. I was going to say...
on that button.
I was going to say, this is so great. We're all getting along. We're all getting a little something out of this exchange here. This is normally how it goes. But I do know that you probably don't have as much childhood trauma as Johnny Blaze shared. We didn't even really comment on their childhood trauma when they shared it, but it's too late now.
We've got our demons.
Yep, we all do.
Lord knows I do.
Everybody got demons.
Well, Gregory, thank you for being on the seminar. I want to bid you adieu, and I want to let you know that keep on dreaming, because dreams are all we have if you're a fictional character.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you both, and be on the lookout, gentlemen. It's coming your way.
Thank you so much, Gregory. It was a real pleasure having you with us today. Oh,
yeah.
I've always wanted to own some celebrity memorabilia, Mike. I'll tell you what.
It's a dream we all have, you know. Not everyone can reach it, you know. Not everyone can be Bruce Willis or afford Bruce Willis's jacket from Death Becomes Her.
Right, but I mean, you kind of got it in the family. You know, you're related to Joyce DeWitt. You sure, and I bet still have something of hers.
She left some scrunchies in my mom's bathroom when we were kids.
Is that memorabilia, though?
I don't know. You know, I don't purport to be a memorabilia etymologist. So I can neither confirm nor deny whether that is memorabilia.